Good morning, everybody. As you know that today it's Saturday, and on Saturday we give you sports results. We also give you the fixtures, and you know that later today we'll be getting the news or who's gonna coach Bafana Bafana. Very interesting candidate that have been shortlisted. So we'll hear what you think, and of course today. We are also going to talk about the big one, Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't know. Remember, if Sundowns beat Kaizer Chiefs, in other words, Sundowns would have finished their Soweto Giants. Probably they'll be left with Morocco Swallows. Then after that, they wrap it up. Soweto Giants would have fallen the victim of Mamelodi Sundowns. They would be the victim of Mamelodi Sundowns. But we'll see. Chiefs, they are able to rise to occasion, especially when they play big games like this. You know, our Big R Solution Sports Program community section, I've seen the debate is going on there. You know, I see Walter throwing stones, and then I see Kgole from Bethlehem in the Free State also throwing stones. I see and Jacob also coming in, and then Collins, Rolton Piani. It's so exciting. And if you want to join that community, guys, so that we get your views, and then please just drop us a WhatsApp. You'll see the WhatsApp number will show at the end. Maybe today, before we leave, I'll give you the comments of what is happening in the sports community platform. I'm not here by myself. It's me and last born, Tshepang Kgole. As you know that Ntwentle has been down in the Free State. He has been in Bloemfontein. He has been all over Free State. He went to Tabanchu. He was in Fixburg. So he was going all around those areas trying to get some news for us. So he's not here this morning. I'm sure he's very, very tired. He's relaxing. So probably on Tuesday morning, we'll be having him again. And then welcome Ntwentle. I mean, not in Ntwentle. Last born, how are you doing?
No, good morning, Mr. Shabalala. I see that you miss Mr. Jackie there.
Yeah.
You always start with him every time, but we understand. Yeah. We miss him too. No, good morning to you and to the viewers out there, and to you also as Pa. Yes, good morning. Very good, warm welcome to you and to the viewers out there. Hope they enjoyed today's show. And yeah, we've got a lot of interesting topics to discuss with the viewers out there.
Yeah, Spa is the only one who's brave enough. You know, the Sundowns have just decided not to show up, and then we're expecting that Sundowns fan will show up. So they didn't show up. Only Kaizer Chiefs. Spa is here. He wants to talk on behalf of Kaizer Chiefs. Don't worry, Spa. You are accompanied by Lastborn. So Lastborn is next to you there. So you're not all by yourself. You'll never walk alone.
I'm glad I'm not walking alone. Yeah. Good morning.
Viewers.
Yeah, good morning to you and the viewers out there. It's been an awesome week of football and huge disappointment on our side, but yeah, we are taking it like men.
Thank you, Spa. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatse from the Big R Solutions on the show called the Big R Solution Sports Program. Last one, maybe you need to give us the news locally. Give us the results locally during the week. Give us the fixtures, and then also give us the Italian results and also the fixtures.
Oh, okay. Starting first with locally, we had our games this week. On Tuesday, we had a game of Chippa United versus Baroka. Baroka won that game by 1-0. And then Bloem Celtic played against Morocco Swallows. That game was a 1-0 draw. And then on Wednesday, we had Black Leopards versus Stellenbosch. That game was a 0-0 draw. And then we had Amazulu versus Mamelodi Sundowns. That was a very interesting game. We thought that both teams were on a score, but the result turned out to a 0-0 draw. And then we had Golden Arrows versus SuperSport. Arrows won that game by 1-0. Now, Golden Arrows is number 2 on the log. So they just swapped places with Amazulu at the top. And then we had Maritzburg versus Baroka also. And then Baroka lost that. The game ended by a 1-0 draw. And then we had Kaizer Chiefs versus Cape Town City. Cape Town City won that game by 2-1. And then the following fixtures that are coming up from today, we've got Black Leopards versus SuperSport United. We've got Stellenbosch versus Bloem Celtic. We have Morocco Swallows versus Orlando Pirates. That's a Soweto derby, by the way. That's the original Soweto derby. And then we've got Amazulu versus TS Galaxy. And then we've got Cape Town City versus TTM. And then on Sunday, we could say it's a big one. We've got Mamelodi Sundowns versus Kaizer Chiefs at 3 o'clock. And then we've got Chippa United versus Golden Arrows. So these are our fixtures, results and fixtures locally. And then taking you to the Serie A. We had our matches also. In the course of the week, we had Roma versus Atalanta, which was a 1-0 draw. And then we had Napoli versus Lazio, which Napoli won that game by 5-2. And then we had Genoa versus Spezia, which is a 0-0 draw. And then following up in the coming week, this weekend of fixtures, we've got Inter Milan versus Verona. We've got Fiorentina versus Juventus. We've got Benevento versus Udinese. We've got Sassuolo versus Sampdoria. We've got Cagliari versus Roma. We've got Atalanta versus Bologna. And then we've got Torino versus Lazio. And then also we have the last game right here is Parma versus Crotone this coming week. And then on Monday, we've got AC Milan versus Lazio. So these are our Serie A results and fixtures that we're bringing you this following week. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shabalala.
Now tell me, what are the news in Italy? Any news that you want to tell us, apart from the fact that we know that the majority of teams have withdrawn from the Super League, but I'm told that Juventus is hanging on. So I don't know what's going to happen.
In Italy, all I know that I saw that Zlatan Ibrahimovic just penned in a new deal with AC Milan. So he's still going to stay with the club again. So those are very interesting news. So yes, these are the news that I have within the Italian league, which are big news that are coming in at the moment. So yes, that's all I have for this week.
All right, let's go to the English football. Let's check what happened in terms of results. Maybe let me check the stats. Maybe also look at the stats, because remember, during this time of the season, we are looking at top goal scorers in all these countries or all these leagues. So now, when I'm in English, let me tell you in terms of the stats. I'll start with the top goal scorer. The top goal scorer currently in England or English Premier League is Harry Kane of Tottenham Hotspur with 21 goals. It's followed by Mo Salah with 19 goals at number 2. Number 3 is Bruno Fernandes, 16 goals. And then number 4 is Son of Tottenham Hotspur, 15 goals. And then number 5 is Dominic Calvert-Lewis with 14 goals. And again at number 5 is Patrick Bramford of Leeds, 14 goals. All right. Now let me also give you top 5 assists. I have Harry Kane with 13 assists. I have Bruno Fernandes with 11 assists. And then Kevin De Bruyne with 11 assists. And Jack Grealish with 10 assists. And then Son with 9 assists. So that's what's happening in English football. And then as far as the news is concerned, we understand that Harry Kane spoke for the first time to say he's happy that Super League did not continue. And then he says big up to the fans for standing up against the concept of the Super League. You know what was a little bit worrying about the Super League? I think it was the whole issue of there are teams that are not going to be relegated. So that is problematic. For them to fight to get more money, if you ask me, I don't think there's anything wrong there. Because I kept on saying, if you remember what happened here in South Africa, teams like Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, they were complaining that they don't get enough money as compared to Sanfa during the time of the El Supremo and the George Tabe. I hope he's still alive. But now they formed the PSL so that they can get a better cake, share of the cake. So I think that is the cry of the teams in Europe, that they want to get a better share as far as that is concerned. I've heard the news that Alex Ferguson may come back to football again. So we'll see what's going to happen. So let's see. Let's watch the space. And then we know that Mourinho has been sacked, but we also hear the rumor that there are a few teams that are looking at hiring Mourinho, all right? And then we'll see what's going to happen. So those are the news in English football. Now let's look at top 5 in English Premier League. Number 1 is Man City, 33 games, 77 points. Number 2 is Man United, 32 games, 66 points. Number 3, Leicester City, 32 games, 59 points. And number 4 is Chelsea, 32 games, 55 points. Number 5 is West Ham United, 32 games, 55 points. Now, let me go a little bit downwards, because it's very interesting to see who's going to qualify for top 4. You have Tottenham Hotspur, 33 games, 53 points. And Liverpool, 32 games, 53 points. So that tells you that from Liverpool upwards, anyone can qualify for number 4. And then in terms of number 1 and number 2, I think that position has already been settled. But I'm still not convinced at this point in time. Look, Man United, they are left, Man City, they are left with 5 games. And then maybe we still have to do the mathematics, whether Man United will catch up. We'll do that, and then maybe later, before we close, then we'll see how many games do they need, the Man United. Okay. Now, let's look at the midweek results of the English Premier League. What happened during the week? Before I give you the fixtures, English Premier League results. Let's see. English Premier League results. Yeah, let's see what's happening in terms. Now, yesterday, Leicester City, they won 3-0 against West Brom. And then Man City, they won 2-1 on Wednesday against Aston Villa. Tottenham Hotspur, they also won their game 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspur. They were playing, let's see, what happened now? Now, Tottenham Hotspur, they won against Southampton. And then now, this coming Saturday, which is this afternoon, we have Liverpool playing against Newcastle at 1:30. We have West Ham playing Chelsea at 6:30. Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United, they're playing Brighton at 9 at night. And then Sunday, we have Wolves playing Burnley at 1 o'clock. And then we have Leeds at 3 o'clock playing against Man United. Then Aston Villa, they are playing West Brom at 8 o'clock. Leicester City, they are playing Crystal Palace on Monday. There is a game of Man City and Liverpool. No, Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. Am I right?
Yes, the Carabao final. Yes.
That's the final. That's the final. So we'll talk about that game. So so those are what is happening in English Premier League. Now let's look at La Liga and see what's happening as far as La Liga is concerned. La Liga, the table we have Atletico Madrid, 32 games, 73 points. Real Madrid, 32 games, 70 points. Barcelona at number 3, 31 games, 68 points. Sevilla, 32 games, 67 points. And Real Sociedad, they are at number 5, 32 games, and then 50 points. If they win the last 4, they need to play how many games? 38 or 36?
38.
38. So if they win the last 6 games, that may give them how many points? 3 times 6, it's 18.
18, yes.
So it will give them 68 points. So in other words, if Sevilla can get 2 draws, Real Sociedad won't make top 4. If you look at the stats. Now, and then let's look at the results. And no, not the results. Let's see. Let me go to the stats. Okay, I didn't look the stats in England, and then in terms of top goal scorer, Lionel Messi is leading. Now I've looked at that. Lionel Messi is leading with 25 goals. Karim Benzema is number 2 with 21 goals. Gerard Moreno is number 3 with 20 goals. Luis Suarez, number 4, 19 goals. Youssef Nsenri at number 5 with 17. Now let's look at the assist. You'll be shocked at the assist. Number 1 is Igor Aspas, 10 assists. Number 2 is Marcos Llorente, 10 assists. Number 3 is Lionel Messi, 9 assists. And then number 4 is Angela Correa, Atletico, 8 assists. And then number 4 again is Denis Suarez with 8 assists. And then also Toni Kroos at number 4. In other words, the 3 of them are neck on neck. They are a tie with 8 assists. So those are the stats of La Liga. But now let's check the results of La Liga during the week, which may tell us what happened during the week. The La Liga, no. I've run it. it was very interesting during the week. We saw that yesterday, Granada, remember, they are battling for relegation. Granada won the game 4-1 against Eibar. It looks like Eibar is gone. I don't think they'll come back. And Real Sociedad, they won against Celta Vigo 2-1. And then Barcelona, they won against Getafe, and the score was 5-2. So very, very interesting. Now, let's see in terms of the games. This afternoon, 4:15, Valladolid, they are playing Cadiz at 4:15. And then Valencia, they're playing Alaves at 6:30. Real Madrid, they are playing Real Betis at number 9. And you know, those teams like Real Betis, they normally disturb Madrid. Madrid can win against all these big teams, but teams like this, they really, really disturb them. I don't know what's happening. Then Huesca, they are playing Getafe on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Villarreal, they are playing Barcelona at 4:15 on Sunday. Celta Vigo, they are playing Osasuna at 6:30. And then Sevilla, they are playing Granada at 6:30. It's all about the relegation, so that is why the times are the same. And then Athletic Club, they are playing Athletic Madrid. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. If Athletic Madrid wins this one, they still hope for the title. But if they can be disturbed here, it's going to be very, very tough going forward. So that's what is happening in the world of football. But now let's move quickly to our local football. Let's start with the coach who will be announced this later today by SAFA. There is likelihood that Carlos Queiroz may be announced. And then I don't know what's your take, guys, about Carlos Queiroz.
No, Mr. Shabalala, for me,
Carlos Queiroz.
Yeah, Carlos Queiroz has been there. For me personally, I feel like such coaches had their time, even in South African football. So, I don't really rate him that much because he hasn't even really done much, you know. And personally, I feel like his CV as a whole, it's not very good for him to come and actually coach our national team. Personally, and it will be more of we'll be just wasting too much money on him, and I know that it doesn't come cheap. So yeah, in that decision, but apparently he's the one that offered that he wants to come, so he was actually considered after that. So I personally can rule him out of the top 3 candidates at the moment. So I personally don't feel like, yeah, he should lead us going forward. So for me, he's not my number 1 at the moment.
What's your take about Carlos Queiroz?
To be quite honest, I'm not acquainted with all the 3 coaches that are going to be chosen for the team, but I feel that we really the national team needs Umuntu that is very acquainted in netball, knows football, can use whatever that we have as our players like South Africa to like produce some results. Just like we're looking at Abatabafana with Stuart Baxter. He wasn't really good who national team, but as a coach like club within the country was very good because he could use players that are already there to create some form of an offensive maneuver or some sort of an opportunity to win our game. So I feel that we need Umuntu with a lot of experience and Umuntu that can, lead the country to victory in some way.
Carlos Queiroz is 68 years old. All right. And then he has a very colorful resume. He worked with Alex Ferguson. And then I think one of the main things that made people to rave about Carlos Queiroz. It is said he's the one who discovered Cristiano Ronaldo. And Carlos Queiroz happened to work for Man United, and he managed to take Iran in 2014 and 2018 to the World Cup, both in Brazil and Russia, respectively. But if you ask me, Carlos Queiroz has never won anything. He came here, we didn't see anything from him. He went to Man United. Yes, Alex Ferguson was holding him in high regard, but there's no way where we can point out and say Carlos Queiroz has done well, except the Iran that he took it to the World Cup. So if you ask me, I don't think Carlos Queiroz will fit for me as a coach, you know. And then there's also the second coach, Bruce, a Belgian who's 69 years old. I don't know what's your take. Last one, what's your take?
Also him, Mr. Shabalala, I can easily just scratch him out also. I don't really rate him that much. Age also plays a huge factor in terms of coaches. I personally feel like it does. But I judging also from his, his portfolio and background, I still don't think he's the man for the job to lead us forward. So I still don't think he should also contend. We should just scratch him out also, and look else and look forward on who's in front of them at the moment.
They said he inspired Cameroon to the 2017 AFCON glory, the Bruce guy. So maybe they are looking at that. I don't know, viewers out there, what's your take? Do you really think that these guys deserve to take Bafana Bafana to another level? Now, another coach, Renat, whom I think is my favorite. Renat, he's 52 years old, he's young, and Renat has done well in the past. Renat has won 2012 and 2015 AFCON Cup nations with Zambia and also with Ivory Coast. And then he qualified for he helped Morocco to qualify for 2018 World Cup in Russia. And then this guy, and he's well, conversed, he knows the culture in Africa. For me, this is the guy that they should go for. Yes, this is the guy that they should go for. And then if, in addition, I would have said, how about taking another local guy, just like Carlos Queiroz did with Vito Musimane, and work with him? If you may ask me, I would say person like Benny McCarthy. Yes, he hasn't won much, but you know what motivates me about Benny? Benny has been around. Benny has been in Spain. Benny has been in Portugal. Benny has been in England. He has worked with top coaches, and then Benny has been in World Cup. So, and we are seeing that he's doing well as far as Amazulu is concerned. But if you are going to ask me the real coach that was supposed to coach Bafana Bafana, without asking any question, I would say call Pitso Musimane again to coach Bafana Bafana. For me, that would be the best person to take Bafana Bafana to another level. So that's my take. Let's move on to the next topic, and we want to hear your views. Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns. Who do you think is gonna win between the two teams? Let's start with you, Spa. You are a Chiefs fan. What's your take? Do you think are you going to do well against Sundowns? Spa, your mic is off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after what I've seen, after the level of football that we're still playing in the club, I think I'm not confident which we are going to win this time. around when we're playing the Sundowns. I'm not confident enough. So, I think if there are going to be changes, if we're seeing Gucci, we're getting abafana abancane, fresh legs, unlike this Magita Matala, we may win. We may. And if the coach adlalisa some player where they're supposed to be playing, unlike some players that are supposed to be playing at the back, abafaka in the middle, I think we may take it. We may, if those changes are implemented.
I see that Gavin Hunt is blaming that, especially the defense, they are making schoolboy mistakes. He has mentioned a few of them. People like Mato, and I don't know. That's what the coach is saying. Last bond, what's your take?
No, that's true, Mr. Shabalala. If you can look at that Cape Town City game, even Kune was actually upset in that last goal. I mean, that's experience right there. But for such people to actually let you down like that, they should be actually be accountable for that. I don't blame him even when he names and shames the players. You can't do such mistakes. With so much experience that you have as defenders. But if he can fix the defense personally, I feel like the team going forward is okay at the moment. They're doing okay, but the defense is letting them down. Honestly, that defense is really letting them down. But if they can get it right, I personally feel that Chiefs can cause an upset again, like what they did with Orlando Pirates. So they can cause an upset if they get it right. If they can get it right and fix that defense, I think we can see a totally different game on Sunday, personally, because you can't say it's an obvious win. I mean, even the Pirates game, people thought it was an obvious win, but look what happened. So even with this game, you can't write it off. Chiefs also, or personally, they've got nothing to lose in a way, but they can cause an upset at the moment. Mostly when you get teams that are struggling, they're the ones that causes upset. So yeah, if they can get it right, totally, I feel like that they can win that game.
How about looking at the fact that Sundowns, as we look them, especially when we watch them against TTM, they look like a team that is tired, which is understandable. I mean, Sundowns has been there for the past 4 years. They've been in Africa, winning in Africa, winning locally. I know that they have a big squad, but what I've noticed, the coaching staff, they always bring same players that we are used to. Like Mshishi is always there, Shaolin is always there. So those players, we start seeing fatigue is catching up with them, and then probably that is why they could not do well against the TTM. So don't you think that that might also work against Sundowns and then give Kaizer Chiefs an advantage of catching them?
Yeah, it may. Fatigue can also be a cause angenza ukuthi Sundowns ilahlekelwe momentum, but we should also ukhumbule ukuthi Sundowns may want to redeem itself from the loss ababenayo the TTM. So it can go either way.
Yeah. Moreover, if you look at the fact that Sundowns may say, oh, they thought maybe it was a wake-up call for Sundowns to lose this game. And then this coming game, they may be well prepared. But I'm a little bit worried if they still continue to use Mshishi and other guys, But just like Page once said in one of our shows, that people like Mshishi, they're like Lionel Messi, The more you rest them, the more they lose their form. They want to play. The more they play, the more they become very, very dangerous. So we don't know. What's your take, last ball?
No, that's true. I mean, why rest the winning formula? And if the players have the legs to keep on going, then let them keep going, because even their bench is also strong. But if you've got players that they're going to do the job for you from the start, then have those players, fill them and let them do the job for you. Because clearly they're not slacking. They are doing the job. So let them keep going. I personally feel like it doesn't matter who plays at Sundowns. Everyone gives 100% there. So whoever's playing, whoever's not playing, but the team is still a fully oiled machine. So you like of Mshishi wants to play week in, week out. So let him play. If he's not yet fatigued, then let him go. You understand? So he's giving you something, so why rest him? And another thing is Sundowns will be looking at a point of they wouldn't want to drop points also, because they know that behind them, there are teams that are chasing them behind and they're not far off within points. You understand? So for them, every game at the moment counts. To be honest, every game for them counts at the moment, because they need to make sure that they need to close. I mean, they need to extend the lead, and clearly they don't want to lose. The coach did say, Mr. Mangoba did say that he doesn't like losing games. He hates losing games. So that's also within the mandate, that they want to win the league without losing a game.
Now, how about guys? What do you think of Nekovic? Don't you think that the guy, I don't know, is he somehow disturbed by the fact that at some point he wanted to leave, or he has just lost touch? You know, in the game of Pirates, he did well. He did well. He played well. He scored a goal. He even slowed down the game, especially towards the end. I like that as an experienced striker. But these days, I don't see him. He's really struggling. What's your take, Spa? Nokovic?
In my opinion, I don't care what he says. I feel like it's one. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I feel like he's one of the best Kaizer Chiefs has so far. But during these days, I've seen him. I see so when kata kata. But I feel that if they can like rest him, Zuma, the starting lineup, that would be much better, because he's one guy that needs to be supplied. He needs a Amachita that can supply him with the ball properly so that he can be able to score. He's a guy that can create much chances, but if he's supplied Gashe, Namachita Kona supplier, and then he is still the best there.
But how do you say he should be benched at the same time he should be supplied? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say some players need to be benched and then get the players who can supply it?
Exactly. Some players, but they need to attach the pants, and then because
I can hear you clearly, Spa.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is some players, they are not properly supplying him with the ball. We've seen Gatlati combination no Zuma. That is like the best combination a corner. Lapaguchi Zuma can be able to supply him with the ball properly so that he can be able to open up my chances and score more goals for the team. But yeah.
All right. Guys, let's move on and let's go to the English Premier League. And then we are talking the cup between Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. Tshepang, take us through. What's your take? Who do you think is going to win here? Do you think Tottenham Hotspur will be somehow being destabilized by the fact that Jose has just left?
It carries on with a lot of momentum now with the team. Personally, players now, I feel like certain players that didn't have that belief have suddenly have the belief since Jose Mourinho left. So it's being said that he caused a lot of stir within the teammates. You know, Paul Pogba once predicted that what was happening at the Man United camp, and which he carries it with everywhere, I guess. So it also happened at Tottenham also. The likes of Dele Alli also experienced that kind of bad energy from the coach. But it'll be very interesting on how they come out within this final. But I personally, my mind is on Tottenham on the day. I think they've got a lot to prove. Tottenham Hotspur hasn't lifted a trophy, I don't know in how many years. And Harry Kane needs a trophy. Personally, I would say Harry Kane needs a trophy. Honestly, as a player, he's a well-decorated player, but without any trophies, On merit, he's good. His stats are good, but he doesn't have anything that he has once lifted within the Tottenham camp. So I think he's got a lot, not to prove, but he's got a lot to prove. Yeah, I could say a lot to prove on the game, because I think he's hungry. And I feel like Tottenham is gonna win the game on the day, Man City is just it's just under a lot of pressure. They can't win all of these finals, to be honest, and all of these competitions, because they were still in all of these competitions. But personally, on this one, I'm gunning for Tottenham Hotspurs.
One of the things, Pep Guardiola is a tactician, a very, very a good tactician, and a very brave coach who's not afraid to bench some of the players. I'm thinking that going to this game, he may try to save some players, especially thinking about the PSG, the Champions League. That I need more the players for the Champions League. I think Pep wants that cup more than any other cup. He has done a lot in England. He has won a lot. We'll see, because Man City, out of the blue, you see Foden. You don't think that Foden can mess you up. Foden can come and cause upset. And then he may bench Kevin De Bruyne and bring somebody else, David Silva. So, and everybody's hungry to play at Man City. So I'm not sure whether they'll lose or they'll win. I'm a little bit worried. It's about motivation. It's about positioning. Which players do I use? Remember, Jesus probably wants to play. He may use a player like Jesus. Remember, he can still use Sergio Aguero. And I heard Sergio Aguero said, I'm going to give all my best with these remaining games because I love this team. I'm what I am because of this team. So anything can happen, any player on the bench of Man City, I'm sure will want to prove a point because they want to play in the Champions League. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And then, that's what I can say. Now, let's go to Spain quickly. It's a little bit tough in Spain. I see Madrid play hot and cold. They beat the big teams, but when they play with small teams, they struggle. And then Atletico Madrid, they've done well in the past week. They've won 4-1 without Suarez, without Joao Felix, and then which is good, which occurs well, And then if they win this coming game, and then they'll get that momentum. The same with Barcelona. Although Barcelona, I'm a little bit worried about Barcelona. Their right wing is a little bit weak. Jordi Alba, yes, he's playing well, but if they overworked Jordi Alba, he's getting old now. That's a little bit worrying, But their right back is a problem. I think Barcelona need 3 players as far as I'm concerned. They need a right back and a left back. They also need a striker, a very good striker. We hear that Aguero may sign with them, and that might be a good addition. And we also hear the news that Neymar really wants to come back. It's not about coming back. He's prepared to cut his salary so that he can see himself play with Lionel Messi again. And then he even go further that he may even subsidize his buyout, and that's a little bit dicey. And I hear PSG apparently have reached an agreement with Mbappe. They have extended the contract. That's from the grapevine that I heard. and then Real Madrid has lost there, because remember, Real Madrid were really gunning for Mbappe. And then as far as the Super League is concerned, we are told that Madrid and Barcelona and Juventus are still hanging there with the hope that the idea will be revived. So we'll see what's going to happen. And then I don't know whether guys do want to add before I go to the Messi special.
No, I'm happy about the Super League, to be honest. What happened, and I guess the founders of the Super League are the only ones that are left. So I think they just need to think it through. Maybe there's a lot that just happened. I felt like it was so rushed. It wasn't even thought in the sense of fans and players also, It was more of like players being used as tools, to be honest, for business. So it's no more about the passion, but it's about the money. Yes, we know that football now, it's a business thing, It has reached that phase. But, you should also consider players' feelings also and the players' passions also, you understand? So the passion and the love of the game would have just fallen through, Everything was just going to be about money. It's no more about the passion or anything. And it also disregarded also the small teams, I felt like the small teams were actually disrespected, in a way. It feels like they were not even adding value into these respective leagues as a whole. So that also wasn't fair and wasn't thought of. But I'm just glad that the fire that it caught, it was actually turned down as quickly as possible. So I think it's just something that they need to review, go back, review, sort things out properly if it's going to happen, but let them do things the right way, not the way that it was done.
If you ask me, I think, I hear when they say they want more money. All right. The players, the role players, they need to feel that they are getting fair share. All right. Mm-hmm. Because I noticed that the team that was going to win that Super League, they were going to get 3 times what Champions League is giving them. All right. On that score, it's fair. But where I was worried is where they say certain teams will not be relegated. Mm-hmm. It's like it's an animal farm situation. So they need to sort that thing out. Football is about competition. It's about ego. So if you take out the competition, so what's the use of playing? What about these 5 who are always playing to qualify and they don't qualify? I don't think it was fair as far as that is concerned. But we don't know. Probably they're still going to pursue. And let me make you aware of the fact that it was not just started this year or last year. They've been working on this for over many years. And
10 years, yeah.
So maybe they need to go back in the drawing board and then see. And I think UEFA, too, they are also listening to the pleas of the teams and start now considering when the teams, they say, we want more share as far as what you are getting. So I think that should be considered. That's how far I can go for today. And then now we need to move to the Messi special. As usual, we always give you the Messi special. Now, let's see where are we now. Okay. Now, I want to show you this. As far as the Messi special is concerned, Lionel Messi is the only player in the history of football to win 3 major awards in one season, year 2018 and 2019. He won the Ballon d'Or. He won the European Golden Boot. He won the IFFHS Best Player Award. He's the only player in the history of football. The man is a genius. He's a genius. There is always history when you deal with Lionel Messi. And then again, this is another thing that I want to share you. Lionel Messi is the only player who have collected this Ballon d'Or in 4 years in succession. 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. It has never happened in the football history. All right. So now this proves that this man is out of this world. He is in his own league. All right. He is in his own league. And now, remember, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best players in the world. He's one of the two. Although I keep on saying Messi is far ahead. Now here they were giving the records. Cristiano Ronaldo in 6 year period he played in England, he scored 84 goals, right? In English Premier League. Messi, he scored 91 goals in one season. In one season in La Liga. Remember, Messi has never played in any other league. He has played in La Liga, 91 goals. You know, I remember one player, I forgot his name. He said, you know, when you play Messi, everybody has devised means, strategies, how to stop him. We can't stop him. So what I do when I play Messi, when I see Messi, I just pray. That's all. Said that's the only thing that you can do. Just pray that he doesn't pass you, because he'll finally pass you. I'll show you. They said the only strategy of stopping Messi. I'll show you one day. They said that's the strategy to stop Messi. That's Lionel Messi for you guys out there, and for you, Spa. If you still doubt Lionel Messi, he's the man, he's the GOAT. So I'll keep on giving you those stats all the time until such time you agree that this is the GOAT, you know. And on Thursday, he won another man of the match. It has become a usual thing. And on Thursday, he did something which is typical Messi. He had a chance of scoring hat trick. You know what he did? He gave Griezmann to score the penalty. How generous is the player? That's Lionel Messi. I don't know whether you want to comment, guys.
No, I'm good on my side, Mr. Chabalala. Once again, he has proved, you know. I think he's aging like fine wine, you know. At the age that he's in, but he still plays like a 22-year-old. So it's just a wake-up call within these youngsters that, you know, they just need to step up and rise up. So yeah, that's all I can say at the moment.
What do you want to say?
I've nothing to say on Messi, because I guess you're proving to us each and every week that he is the best in a way.
He's the best. He's the best. You know, and you know what I also like about Messi? He liked these young players. You know, I heard Araujo, immediately after scoring that goal, he said, Messi always tells me what to do. He tells me I must run to those positions because he'll put the ball there. So I knew what to do when he took that corner kick. That's Lionel Messi. You listen to all these players, they will tell you that, you know what he did to Griezmann. Moreover, when you remember what Griezmann's family used to say about Lionel Messi, you know, for him to say, okay, take the penalty. I don't need to do a hat trick. So you must also be on the score sheet. That is a killer. That is a killer. Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shah.
Okay.